What have you got in your hands there, Danny boy?
I've got lots of screws.
Twisted screw face.
Yes, so we've got M5, Taylormade, M5, and not seen that in a few years.
No, we've got some jazz face and tracks and bits. We're going to hit some on the course.
Yep.
We've also got some indoor numbers as well. We're going to look at the tech, shall we? In my opinion, this video, if anyone's getting a little upset. So initial looks, Dan, it's that classic, lovely greyish finish with carbon tops.
So they're starting to quieten this down, aren't they? This is getting thinner and thinner over the generations of, because it used to be back out here, this sort of white finish, and now it's gone to grey. But that carbon and that little bit of lipstick round there looks lovely, doesn't it?
It does look nice.
Yeah.
So nothing in that one that would make you think, oh, I don't like it. It's continuing the trend that I've had with Taylormade drivers for years, which is that they just look fantastic.
They do. They do a great job of appearances for with their drivers aesthetically. It just looks really pleasing to the eye, you know. It's starting to sit open again, isn't it?
You feel like it sits slightly open?
I just feel like when I put it down, it just wants to. I kind of keep trying
which
to.
Which way are you going with it?
It just wants to sit back here.
Yeah, yeah.
And I just feel like I have to keep bringing it round.
Okay. God, that's a carbony sound, is it not?
That's a very different sound. Not heard that. That's carbon. You're right.
Yeah, that was like
it was
what
hard.
Often have sounded like before.
It was hard but pingy at the same time. Strange noise.
Very good shot.
Felt great.
Yeah, I'm loving the look of that. That's just as good as it gets, isn't it? I'm liking this thinner to more dark, and then with the dark face, I think that looks really quite smart. Don't really notice the screws when you look down either.
Not at all, no. That's sitting at all okay for you? Is that not sitting open?
I know what you mean. I think it sits fine.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that sound a lot. I mean, it's very Callaway-esque.
It is.
Do you know what I mean? They're one of the first ones in my head that gave you that kind of thud sound with the carbon. I might be wrong, there's some of those other, you know, it's what I remember as the first one where the sound changed and it went away from that titanium ting. Loving that. Right, look. Look at those. Oh, dear. That is absolutely superb stuff. So 2 drives. Dan's the 00 ball. I've just got a practice ball. That's Dan. I've done you by 2.
You've done me by 2 bases.
And that's more on the line. I reckon I've just snuck it up the left. That is fantastic. Well, we're going to hit more. Before we hit a few more, let's go and see what Taylormade say about. Let's go and see what Taylormade say about the tech of this club. Let's go and see what Taylormade are actually saying. Taylormade M5. So we get twist face that we've seen from prior models. That's where they bend the toe back and up a little bit more, trying to help, and heel down and lower a bit more. So when you hit toe or heel and you get the gear effect drawing or fading shots, trying to start it a bit more offline to allow it to curve more onto target. We now see the 2 red dots on the face, 2 red screws. So what they're saying with the face is they're designing them to and above the legal limit on COR. So how much spring, if you like, face or comes off the face. Then what they do is with the 2 holes here, they put resin in here that brings the face back to what they're saying just below and to the legal tolerance of a face. So in theory, you're going to get fast ball speeds with this one. We've got the new T-track on the bottom as well, 2 10-gram movable weights. It's kind of deeper, more to the outskirts of the club, really allowing you to dial in what kind of launches, feels and spins that you might be after when it comes to moving the weight forward, lowering the spin, back, highering the spin and increasing the MOI. Good for custom fit options. And we've got Hammerhead 2.0 on the bottom as well, helping with ball speeds across the face and increasing the size of the sweet spot. The website actually says, not sure you could increase a sweet spot because the centre of gravity is the centre of gravity, but maybe their ideas of a sweet spot is different to my ideas. You also get the changeable neck that we've seen for years, it must say, from Taylormade now, which again is all good for dialing in those looks, shapes of shots, lofts that you might be looking for when you're getting these custom fit. So there is a lot going on. So bringing that face past the legal limit and then bringing it back, is that actually,
I mean, that's
going to
amazing.
be measurable difference, which we'll see, or is it a fantastic story? Because I tried having this conversation on Twitter the other day,
Right.
and the thing that stood out to me was how people hung on to the phrase past the legal limit more than the actual truth of what it is. So it's clever. Do you know what I mean? It's like saying it's better than others, but we had to bring it back. But people just hear it's better a little bit. It's interesting marketing. But I'm excited to see the indoor numbers of this one, or to show them, because obviously in theory, if you think about that, this club is done. It's nothing's.
How can you improve? How can you improve on
we're
this
max
now?
CT.
Look at that little hole there.
Hmm?
There's a little hole in the middle there.
Where is there?
There's a tiny little hole in there, like a pinprick hole.
Yeah, I see that. Absolutely.
Just to get the old magnifying glass on that one.
I mean, it's some big claims, but as we know, Taylormade are not afraid to make the biggest claims of many.
They're not at all, are they?
So again, it'll be interesting to see. When it comes to looks and sound at the moment, I'm digging it massively.
I love that. It's kind of like a matte, isn't it? It's a matte carbon.
It is a lovely carbon finish. It is a matte finish on that.
That's
it's not
really nice.
glowing and shining. Shop appeal again. I think Taylormade just nailed the shop appeal. They just nailed
People are just picking that up.
Yeah, and loving, and I get that.
And the little bit of carbon in here, which I'm not sure if that actually is, but it certainly gives it that sort of visual that's a carbon soul to it.
Right, you're one down. So we're going to go fairway and distance again on this one, maybe. So should we have one standard and one that we really hit hard?
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to...
Standard first, hard
fairway
second.
finder.
See what we can push out of this thing. Bit heely, it's cutting away.
Down.
Slightly necky.
Yeah, I think I caught it right in there. It's just cut it away a bit.
Okay, so that's not fairway, so let's have one where you're hitting it flat out. Let's hit that one.
I need to hit it flat out more often.
That was good, was it?
That was my...
Second one's redeeming.
Second one is you'll be struggling against me on that one, I think.
Absolutely good. And you're liking the sound still?
Yeah, really. Acoustics wise, that is absolutely superb. Looking down on it, brilliant. Really good.
So I'm going to go fairway standard ball to start, and then try and hit one harder. Yeah. Definitely looks as good as anything out there. I'm happy for the track to be there, all good for fitting, isn't it? And it's very on the extremes of the club, which I quite like. Definitely gives that fitter those few more options. It's good. Twist face, I've done some research on twist face with ShotLink. I've seen no improvements from players. Certainly their flagship players in directional thing, and I haven't seen that over the years. Testing, but it is so subtle, maybe it makes no difference. Do you know what I mean? Just try and hit the fairway then.
Yeah, fairway wins.
Stay left, that should be fair. Oh, it has to carry on that line. Get left. Oh, I think that's fairway.
Still liking the sound of that?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Could game that. Could game that all day. It's a good driver. Really good. I'm going to hit one as hard as I can now then, because you've put it out there that you've absolutely mullered it. So do I need to do like a step through biggie, do I?
You do, I think.
And we'll get the right line and everything.
Yeah.
Didn't have much speed in my...
something there.
I did it alright. It's not big. I didn't have much speed in me. So I don't, it'd be interesting to see. I'm not sure how much further that is than my standard one. It was an average hit. I need it up here, really.
High toe. You got it a bit heely, did you there?
Well, you could say, I reckon more there, so maybe a millimetre heel, but again, you know, we won't talk about the face, people just get upset.
So is that my first one over there?
Yeah, your first one's over in the trees there, bro. So we've got Dan heading out for his first one, Healy cut, wasn't it, Dan?
Yeah, Healy cut.
So he's not getting a point there. Then this is my first one, which has just caught the fairway. Basically rough just starting here. And then we've got the two bigger ones, and Dan has, let's get down there and show you, but Dan has done me on those. I mean, you ripped yours, you're saying?
That is as good as I've hit a drive for a long time, at that speed, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
To be able to do that and keep it online.
How many past me is that, 15?
On the angle, probably about 10 to 15, yeah.
And I hit mine fine. I reckon I could have had a maxed out strike.
Yeah.
But the other thing as well with the long ones for me is I'm relying on a bit of roll for I'm a chaser. You know, I want a low spin, bit of extra carry and chase to get past you. You with your new angle of attack, I would expect you to do this. But it has to be said, I'm well impressed with how I've hit mine, and I'm sure you are with yours.
Yeah, I mean it's a bit of an interwind here today, so for me to get it this close with this wet fairway, that's as big as I've got, really.
Right before we go inside and look at the numbers, we've got one more test. We're teeing up here on the left side of this tee.
Yeah.
And we're going to try and hit a little bit of a draw ball, so shaping it. What is the score at the minute?
2. Well, you won. Yes, it's 2-1. So you're 1 up.
So what's this? This is nearest the green with shapes. Got to draw on nearest the green, I guess, nearest the pin.
So can we hit it hard again?
Well, I'm going to need to get it there.
Yeah.
Hammerhead hasn't. I mean, it's a new Hammerhead. They say. Are you feeling any difference?
Not feeling. I mean, I'm not feeling anything. Can't say I'm not feeling anything different off the face, because I am. It's the acoustics. It's sounding different. It's sounding quite hard off the face, which is nice, you know. So whether that's got anything to do with that, I don't know, and I don't know if we could test that.
More to do with the carboning of it and those kind of things. Yeah, this will be fun. They're just on the green, so we better wait for the green. Oh, have they finished? Oh yeah.
No, they're gone. They're gone.
That's the next tee, isn't it?
They're on the 18th.
Right.
So we have to hit a little draw. Yeah.
2 goes at it or 1?
Well, I could then halve up and then win. So yeah, 2 goes.
2 goes is fun, because I want to hit 2 hits of it.
Yeah.
So you do the same shot twice.
Same shot twice.
So if you hit a good one the first one, you know, you can choose to have another go, or you might think, oh, I've done it. Okay. You've got the advantage here, because I don't think I can reach. Yeah, that's drawing. It's straight.
Going, isn't it?
It's hard to tell how you struck that with that sound. Was that heely or not? Middle.
Well, it drew a little bit, didn't it? I think it's there.
Yeah, it's a good hit.
So
I mean, the sound is so different.
It's hard
to
determine what it is.
Go on, you hit another one then. I would say you hit that one better, didn't you?
I think they're almost the same.
Okay, we'll get up there and see. Obviously a bit of bouncing, but 2 very repeatable good shots again.
Very good. So you would say I got a little bit of shape there, yeah?
Yeah, they both drew, not massively, but you don't need to draw it massive. But intended challenge, if you like, hit a draw, you did it.
I would say with all these modern day clubs though, I really do struggle to shape them quite a lot.
Yeah, now I'm going to pick you up on that, because I think that's a ridiculous thing to say.
I just feel like
that's a cliche.
I don't know. I just feel like
I agree. You don't know.
Yeah.
I don't agree with you at all. I don't agree at all.
Just feel like I can't move it that much.
Yeah. Well, I can show you many amateurs moving things a lot, every second, every shot. Face the path is face the path.
Yeah.
It's a face is too open to a path. The spin axis is going to be tilted. It doesn't know what implement has made it too open to a path. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course.
You should do some commentary with things like that. Let's get you on Sky, bruh.
Right, big draw then. Got to get it up there.
This well to get past you, aren't I?
Yeah.
That's drawing.
That's running as well, isn't it?
I might get a bit of lucky run.
Yeah, that's chasing. Good flight.
Good sound, good flight. I'm really excited to see and show the numbers. Because in theory we've got a maxed out club. In theory we've got the longest club I should have ever hit. In theory, Taylormade's fanfare is true. Because on course performance, hitting it just out here, trying to game shots, loving it. More height on that one, but it might catch
higher lawn.
Semi, which is a shame because I've hit that one better. Oh, this is tight.
That's shaped nicely, that one.
I've hit good shot. I like
Where have you
it.
struck that?
Like almost perfect. Slightly high, slightly toe.
Yeah, spot on.
Like it. Well, you've hit two identicals. They are both yours, aren't they?
Both mine.
And then, so my second is level with your whatever one almost, maybe a yard head. My first has caught the bunker, and that's the winner. I reckon that could have pitched up here though.
There's a spot there. I mean, I don't know. I couldn't see him land, so I couldn't say that that's definitely it. But they had a good flight, didn't they?
For you, isn't it? I'm a bit gutted with this one because this one's rolled back into the bunker.
I'm gutted for you.
That one. How's that one got there? Do you reckon? That must be up to pitching
Did you
there.
turn that over a bit more? I don't know.
It was a fraction left, but it was a higher flight. That I would have been, if that was on the line of yours, it would have been interesting to see where that one ended up. Because it's got mud on it, like it has pitched and stopped.
Yeah.
But I mean, just good club. Just a good club,
really
isn't it?
good. I'm looking forward to getting in there and.
Let's go and look at the numbers. Let's go and look at these numbers.
Yeah.
Numbers time. Let's collect and see what happens with this maxed out driver. Hiding under there.
So I'm surprised you ain't got a master's chair in here, Dan.
Yeah, you don't think he's been, is he?
Nobody's donated one to me yet.
Oh dear.
You're only allowed to bring one of them back. Baggage weight. Let's have a look at your numbers before we look at mine and Daniel's son. What are you averaging for distance?
So distance-wise, on an average, you can see here 256.
Yeah.
Average carry. A couple of shaky ones there, but my best is 270.
246 and a 245 in there. If you take those two out,
you get 262 average.
Lovely. Ball speed 152 average. Fastest 157.
157, yeah, which is good for me.
You did say on the last one that you went for it a little bit.
Just gave it a little bit, and I got 1 mile an hour on my average.
And 2 on the last 2 hits.
Yeah.
So you did try. You were getting upset that you didn't send it far enough, weren't you?
Correct. I wanted a bomb ball.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's have a look at my numbers now.
Ryan Little.
There'll be some fun numbers to look at in a second with the old toe strikes that I hit there. So my numbers, what am I averaging distance-wise?
So I've taken out a couple of your poorer ones.
Yeah, some big toes.
Yeah, the early one.
Getting a lot of big rights on testing in here. Obviously didn't get them as much outside, but in here, and that's what I'm always scared with that face.
Well, look, I just want to see, you know the bright ones that you've had? It's toes, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't
it's when
come
you're
back.
towing it, it's not coming back for you.
If you go back, so I'm averaging 256 with my 2 shortest hits disabled, longest hit 263, and then 260. So that's not bad. Highest ball speed 151.
Yeah.
And I'm spinning at 2.1. You were spinning yours at 2.6. So it's all kind of in place.
Yeah.
What's interesting, if you show me the strike on my longest hit.
So your longest hit, which was the second one up, okay, is 2 millimeters in the heel, 3 millimeters high.
So I mean, I'm not seeing anything from the massive claims in my data. And that's always my bugbear when it comes to certainly Taylormade and their taglines. They've got a lot of brouhaha, and it works, and I hope they sell hundreds of millions of them. But it's not a reflection of how the club is performing in any way for me. You go and test it. One little thing that really annoys me with these, look, can you see where the weights are?
Yeah, so that's coming in.
So the weights are here. So if I'll do the point because you'll raise the perspective of the camera. You get the perspective of the camera. That doesn't line up with the graphics on the face in any way. Now I'm not saying the weights are where the centre of gravity is, but it was quite interesting how my better shots were coming more out the heel, and I actually hit it there and don't like it. I get a lot of high toes not coming back, and I am not the only person who has reported high toes not coming back on a face that has twist face design. Great looking club. Absolutely could game it. That might annoy me over time, the striking things.
Yeah.
Brilliant looking. Twist face for me does nothing. Injected twist face is just, it's for me it's taglines only, but at no point would I say don't go and try this club, because it's a good one. Do go and try it. Did you game it?
I could absolutely game this club. I think it just aesthetically, and that's one of the big things for me, is what it sounds like and what it looks like.
Yeah.
It's going to perform as well as probably anything else out on the market, I think, from what we've tested
Totally
today.
will. It's never going. I would never say a Taylormade club's going to be lower than anything out there. It's
Yeah.
going to be in with the batch.
Absolutely.
But obviously, it's the claims of it saying that it's going to be. I mean, again, like I said earlier in this video or another one, maybe it just shows that everyone else is already building their clubs to a decent standard, and maybe they haven't before, and now they've just worked out how to do it.
Yeah. I agree.
So you could game it. You like?
I like it.
You like
yeah.
sound.
I love the sound of it. I think they've kind of got the detailing really well on the top with the carbon, that matte finish. Now they've kind of quietened down that rail, which did offend me in the previous models. It was a bit big, but this is just. I think this is spot on. I think they've got this really well, done well with it.